Stop it. No, really? Really? Come on, guy. Oh, hello. And assalamu alaikum. Sharing is such a nice thing to do with your friends. But Jerry here doesn't know how to share. He's being so greedy. Jerry, we're all friends. You can share with us. It reminds me of a story about another animal who's always so greedy and never shares with his friends. This story is called Dingo Dog and is written by Andrew Fusek Peters. Dingo Dog was feeling ever so thirsty. He padded his way down to the billabong for a nice cool drink. And who was there, do you think, sipping and slurping all his precious water? Kookaburra, goanna lizard, kangaroo, snake, and desert mouse. Dingo Dog bared his teeth. He howled until the sand whipped up. "What are you doing at my billabong?" He growled until the ground shook. "How dare you drink my water?" When kookaburra, goanna lizard, kangaroo, snake, and desert mouse saw Dingo Dog with his sharp claws charging toward them, they ran for their lives and hid in the bush. Later that day, they gathered in the shade of a macadamia tree. "Dingo's a bully," said Kookaburra.
"I agree,"
wailed Kangaroo.
"What shall we do?"
said Snake. "Find another billabong," suggested Goanna Lizard.
"No,
Squeaked Mouse.
I have a much better idea."
The next morning, the sky was blue, and Dingo lazed in the shade of the tree. He was daydreaming about a nice swim, when suddenly he heard a noise nearby. He hissed. "Whoever's woken me up is going to be in big trouble." Dingo looked up into the branches of the tree and saw Desert Mouse and all her family scurrying around and screeching in a panic. Dingo Dog was furious. "What a racket you're making! Can't an old dog find any peace? How about I crunch you up for a little bit of breakfast?" The mice ignored him. Each of them had a rope, and they were tying themselves to the branches.
"Quick, quick, we don't have much time."
"Time for what?" asked Dingo. "Have you gone mad?" Desert Mouse looked down at the dog.
"Dear Dingo, we're not mad, but wise. Don't you know, the great Billabong storm is on the way. We're tying ourselves to the tree. Otherwise, the wind will soon blow us all away."
"Don't be ridiculous," said Dingo. "The sky is blue, the sun is hot. There's no storm out there." Little mice with even littler brains. Two of the mice dropped some macadamia nuts on Dingo's head. "Ow! What was that?" Dingo wailed.
"The first hailstone,"
Squeaked Desert Mouse.
"Oh my, it's going to be a big storm." "Sorry, Dingo, there's no time to talk."
Dingo frowned. The sky was blue. The sun was hot. It didn't make sense. Far away in the bush, the kangaroo began slapping his tail on the ground until the earth began to shake.
"Here comes the thunder,"
Squeaked the mice. Dingo's eyes rolled around looking for the storm. Now, Kookaburra began scratching and tapping the tree trunk with her beak.
"Here comes the lightning,"
Squeaked the mice. Dingo cowered, expecting the sky to fall on his head. He was in danger. What could he do? He looked up at the mice. "Give me your ropes," he snarled, "or I will eat you bite by bite."
"If you insist,"
said the mice. They dropped the ropes right by his paws. Dingo tried to tie himself to the tree, but his paws were useless. By now his teeth were chattering and clattering with fear. "Get down here, little mice, and tie me up."
"If you insist,"
sang the mice. They climbed down the trunk and tied Dingo Dog in knots, squealing all the while.
"The Billabong storm is coming. The Billabong storm is coming."
Kookaburra tapped harder. Kangaroo thumped his tail louder. The mice threw more and more nuts. Dingo trembled all over. "And while you're about it, tie them good and tight,"
"If you insist,"
sang the mice. Snakes slithered into the water and swam around fast, making huge ripples. Goanna lizard burrowed beneath the ground, throwing up fountains of sand, as if the wind had already arrived. Dingo shook. Dingo shivered. Dingo shouted, "Tie me tighter!" The mice ran around until Dingo was done up like a parcel. At last, he felt safe and secure. "Oh, Storm, come and do your best. I'm not frightened of you. You can take the mice and carry away the other animals, but you can't touch me." All of a sudden, the sound stopped dead and a silence fell. The sky was blue and the sun was hot. Kookaburra, desert mouse, kangaroo, snake, and goanna lizard all came out of hiding and surrounded Dingo Dog.
"Oh, silly, stupid Dingo,"
laughed Kookaburra.
"Look at the sky. It's blue.
Snake hissed.
Just like we felt blue when you stole the Billabong,"
said Goanna Lizard.
"The storm didn't get you, but we did,"
said Kangaroo.
"We'll let you go as long as you promise never to use this Billabong again. You could have shared the water with us, but greed turned you into a fool,"
added Desert Mouse. "What's going on?" Dingo demanded. Dingo had no choice. His pride was broken. He made the promise and slunk away, just as he still slinks to this very day. The sky was blue and the sun was hot, and Kookaburra, Kangaroo, Snake, Goanna Lizard, and Desert Mouse sat round their billabong, having a nice, long, cool drink. So, have we all agreed and decided that we're going to share so that we don't end up like Dingo Dog? Okay. Thank you for joining us on this story. That's all we have time for today. See you next time.